Yo, what's going on, people? I've just watched the Candace Owens interview on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Jess Hilarious. I was, over the last year, I've been listening to a few things she's been saying that has been making sense to me. But I did not expect to agree with 80% of everything she said. I think it might be 90%. Growing up is realizing that Candace Owens was right all along. Like, because when the media markets things to black people, it's always on there's an emotional charge to it. And I think listening to her, she was able to cut through a lot of the smoke, a lot of the emotional charge, and actually go to the logic of everything that's been happening. It's such an incredible interview. And I'm gonna have to be listening more to her right now because she made a lot of sense. Do you know what I mean? Growing up is realizing that Candace Owens is not what they portrayed her to be to us. Do you know what I'm saying? She's making a lot of valid sense. She went into she literally spoke on the elite. She spoke on the media. She spoke on the frauds that happen in America. All the Americans always saying, oh, Africans, the politicians are frauds and they always steal money. They steal money as well. They put a fancy name to it called lobbyists. Do you know what I mean? She broke down a lot of stuff that I was like, wow. Like everything, like 90% of what Candace Owens was saying on that interview made sense. Like, that's shocking to me. Because obviously some of the things I don't agree with her on were a couple of years ago. But now I've gone back to look at them. Some of them I still don't agree with, but some of it kind of makes sense on some practical levels on certain things. It's quite an interesting interview, man. I think this 2024 is really revealing a lot of stuff to us, man. Now I'm learning that BLM, right? All of the money that went to BLM went into LGBTQ causes. 80%. It's like, I knew there was something wrong about BLM anyway. Not necessarily the movement, the leadership behind it, and the people that we're getting support from. Just like in Africa, when we see people, our presidents, being linked with some of the foreign Western countries, we immediately now know that there's something wrong with that. It's the same thing with BLM. We should have been looking at who was supporting BLM, because we would have realized that there was a bigger play to what that is. Because what happened after BLM were the memes that started to come out saying, oh, if you support Black Lives Matter, then you support Black Trans Matter. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but what followed after that is like, oh, we should make our little kids choose their gender. So it's just been, when you look back at everything she was saying, it makes sense now, because there's a bigger play. Because now they're trying to get kids that can't make a decision yet, trying to get them to say, oh, to choose their gender. Like, she understood the agenda from the beginning. Growing up is realizing Candace Owens was right all along about a lot of things. And I have to take accountability, for allowing the media to shape my opinions on this young lady without me doing proper research. it was a terrible thing I did, because it was an absolute joy to listen to her. She was articulate, she was brilliant, she expressed herself in a beautiful way, and it was just amazing to watch her, man. I was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense, because we saw that there was a bigger, now I'm seeing there was a bigger play to all of the things happening now, you know. And it's brilliant to watch, man. I just wanted to say that, do you know what I mean? I just had to take a little break and just, you know, I normally don't film about this time anyway, so it's yeah, I just had to say something, man. You know, growing up is realizing Candace Owens was right all along. You know, brilliant. Look, let me know what you guys think. Go watch the interview, man. I think the interview is incredibly eye-opening. Do you know what I mean? Eye-opening to Black America and to a lot of Black people around the world, like myself, that I'd had an opinion on her, but just finding out that, bro, she's the truth, man. For real, for real. Like, let me know what you guys think. Just watch the interview before you leave a comment, though.